Today's segment's going to cover wing post-ups. Posting up from the wing at the 2 or the 3 could be a big-time weapon for you, especially if you have size, strength, length. If you can get a good shots easily, just physically being bigger or stronger or more skilled than your defender. Plenty of bigger wings really make a living down the post because they could get to the free throw line. They can make plays. There's a lot you can do down there. The biggest thing is using it as a weapon, as your kill spot to get to the free throw line or get a higher percentage shot being closer to the basket. That means backing players down, backing your defenders down, facing them up, spin moves, step throughs, fakes, up and unders, running hooks. You name it, you should be able to do it, depending on, obviously, your offensive package. You see a lot more of wing players setting ball screens, and you see switching happening. And you'll see in the film, having that size and a point guard switch on you, use it as a weapon to be able to roll them to the post and be able to take them from the elbow isolation high post area. And you don't need to get a shot out of every post up. You can use it as a passing as a weapon to pass out of. You watch the Golden State Warriors and Draymond Green or Klay Thompson or Sean Livingston, they'd get down there and they'd use it a place to operate out of, passing the ball to the weak side, spotting cutters and things like that. So the posting up could be a big time weapon that could produce a lot of great results for you. The players that we're going to use for examples in the film: Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, Chris Middleton, LeBron James, DeMar DeRozan, and Klay Thompson. Let's dive in. Let's go to work. The first player we'll take a look at is DeMar DeRozan. Now here, he just takes advantage of the fact that he's got a lot of size over Chris Paul. I'm not a big fan of backing players down from the three-point line, but if you have the size advantage and you have the space, you might as well take advantage of it, especially if you could draw fouls on Chris Paul and get him in early foul trouble. But here he'll just back him down, and then spin baseline. Got fouled as well, but got away with it. Here's what we're talking about in the teaching points. Anytime there's a pick and roll where they switch. Now, of course, Marcus Smart's switching on to DeMar DeRozan, so which is a favorable situation for the Celtics since Smart's one of the best defending guards in the league. But DeMar DeRozan is a tough customer. He just gives him the bump, dribble, drop, fade away baseline. Here, same thing. All right, pick and roll, switch. You got to go to work. Here is a simple back down. Has a size, strength, every type of advantage possible. Just backs him down. Now on your post-ups, on your back downs especially, just pay attention to the off arm. I remember watching Michael Jordan and Kobe and Tracy McGrady. They were so good at using that off arm, to sort of protect the ball. He uses that little fake spin going over his left shoulder and then brings it up for the finish. Now here, same thing. Takes advantage of the switch, so he doesn't have Jay Crowder to deal with. Switch happens, back down. But now they have a smart move in the perimeter where look where all the eyes are at, and this is big. We talked about this in the cutting, moving without the ball and cutting. Defenders are fixated on the ball, so what happens? Now they just relocate out of the top and get an open shot going towards the wing. Now we'll look at Jimmy Butler. I'm. I mean, this is going to be like Groundhog Day with most of these guys because a lot of them have the same offensive packages in the post. But he just simply faces up and uses his strength to his advantage. Face up, back down. Now on the spin baseline, I mean, watch him do his work early with his feet, where it's middle. Now look where he keeps the ball. On the left side towards the middle of his body so he doesn't expose the ball just in case he try to get a reach, which he tries to right there. But the ball's protected into the left side of his body. He spins, keeps that ball high, early release. I mean, this is, again, just simply using size, strength to his advantage. Avery Bradley, good defender on the perimeter, but in the post, this is too much of a mismatch on their part. Just gets deep, post position, backs him down, goes to his hook package. I mean, same thing here. Just tries to get it as close as he can get. Face up to a back down. All right, floor spaced, and gets to the hook. Now look as he uses it. You've seen guys back players down. You've seen him do the dribble drop where they go middle to baseline. When you drop somebody baseline on a dribble drop, it's like punching them in the face. First time you can go up to somebody, give them a sneak attack, punch them in the face, they don't see it looking. Once you hit them once, you don't have to go all the way up to them for the punch. All you have to do is give them a little half, and they'll flinch for it. As he backs him down, gives him that look at that half step, and that's all he wants. Once he has that fake fadeaway half step, he moves the defender to his left and opens up the left shoulder fadeaway. So we talked about using the post as a passing angle, as a place you can make passes out of. They switch, so he takes advantage of the switch. Now stop. All right, good spacing. Oklahoma City sort of in a good position where no one's really blatantly open. All right, he goes back down, face up, takes him. Now look where everyone's looking. This is where you can do your most damage. All right, everyone's fixated on the ball as usual, and now they're just going to relocate to the corner. You get one of the best three-point shooters in the league, open shot. Just a simple case of back down, all right, collapse, defense. What do you got? All five guys. All right, and then look what you got for the Heat. You got three players spotting up, wide open. You got a fourth that's sort of in never land, but you got three guys that could make a shot. Take your pick. Now we'll take a look at Kawhi Leonard. Now Kawhi's post-up package is ridiculous. I mean, it's the closest thing to MJ, Kobe that you want to get to as far as post-ups. He catches, he faces. Now, that's what you want right there. The defender's going to follow two things, and we've talked about it before. The moving foot and where the ball is. Once he opens up, he sort of gets him leaning, not too much, but as he opens up, he brings that ball to the left hip. That's an old MJ, Kobe Bryant trick. Protecting the ball on the left hip, as his live foot's the right foot, but keeping the ball on the left hip protects it, and as well opens him up to a lefty drive if possible. He just uses a jab. All he needs to do is create that small amount of space that he does right there, shot. Again, this is great. Catches in the post, brings it to the left hip. See the ball's in the left hip tucked. Now using just his footwork, jab, brings him back down. Now he goes to that fake fadeaway. Watch the feet. Again, that little fake. Defender sweeps to the left, opens up the right shoulder. Pull up. I mean, it's a simple place to operate out of. All right. Beverly does a good job taking Mari out of there because, again, everything's clogged up right now. Now with the cut, sort of clears out. All he does is keeps the ball high. Remember, you see he doesn't dip it. He sort of keeps the ball away from him so the defender can't swipe at it. Just a simple open-up shot. Nothing special. Spin move is great. I like it out of any position in the post. Just sort of posting up, gets it. Now, the best way to spin, obviously, he's going to keep that left foot down. That right foot has to swing all the way around like it's just facing straight towards the rim. He doesn't want to face it towards the E and the L in Pelicans. He wants to swing it as far around as he can get it and then get to the driving angle. If you're good enough, you're going to face this. And that's where you have to have vision. And you got to use it a place to make plays. Eyeballs in. They're going to they'll send Aldridge over. But the crackdown just happens too late. Okay? You got to see that double coming. You got to have vision. See how he faces up and he looks. It's not just at the rim. You got to look. All right, you got to look and see what's going on the weak side so you could spot that. Great play, great pass. Now we'll take a look at Chris Middleton. Again, textbook dribble drop. Now look where he gathers the ball though as he spins baseline. That just sort of makes the whole move. Watch the ball. We'll go slow. See as he brings it to the right side as much as he can and then elevates up. That's a tough shot to get to. Again, keeping the ball high. Just a simple, turnaround jump shot over the left shoulder. Keeps it high, sort of tries to move that foot to get a movement out of Valentine. Doesn't get it. Just keeps that ball. See how high he keeps it? Doesn't really bring it all that low as he turns. It's right there, right into his shooting pocket. Just using his strength and size to his advantage, mostly his size. Over Walker, just sort of brings him down to the post. Just back down, little turnaround over the left shoulder. Now this happens a lot when they lob it over when they front. All right, they bring that weak side defender. Bertans now comes over. You have to have vision, and the player in the corner has to be the safety valve for him. All right, that's the only way this thing works. There has to be a safety valve in that deep corner for that post-up player. Just great spacing by Milwaukee here. All right, back down. Now, as you back down, you got to see how it is. You see him looking out of the left eye. You got to have vision. All right, you got to see what's going on the weak side. All right, little confusion, and then spot up. But I mean, look at that on the weak side right there. You had Ilyasova, spotted up as well, but you got 3 players in Milwaukee spotted up on the weak side. Now we'll take a look at Klay Thompson in the post. No different, using his size, using his length, using his skill level and his strength just to back his defender down. And again, look how high he keeps the ball on the dribble drop. All right, as he gathers. Look where he gathers and how quickly he gets it to his shooting pocket as he gathers right there, and it's right up. That's a tough shot, but the guy is one of the best shooters in the game. But again, he uses face up. So this is a common thing. Face up to a back down, fade away going baseline. Now, I mean, however this happened, where you have a point guard him, I mean, that's just child abuse down low. You got to go to that, and you just got to keep going and use your strength to your advantage. Just back him down and finish the job. Just a simple open up, step back. What happened is the fake, see the open up, he doesn't really go for the open up too much, but look at the fake, the shoulder fake sort of gets him up out of his stance. See, Kobe always wanted to move defenders back, forth, left, right, all right, up, down. So however you can move your defender to open up space, you got to use every trick in the book to do that. The open up's supposed to do it, but it doesn't. The shoulder fake sort of gets him out of his stance right there, and then step back. Once those 2 feet get set, you got to go up for the shot. Now we're going to take a look at LeBron James. I mean, it ain't fair sometimes with that strength he's got. So all he does with Dorian, which as one of the better wing defenders in the league, he just sort of uses a back down, and I mean he does everything he can, and usually it's probably going to be a back down slow, but he just changes speed and just gets to the basket. That's a tough. I mean, that's almost impossible to stop. Here he uses the same move. He sort of backs down, where you think it's just going to be a slow roll right there, but then you're just using him to bounce off of to get to the basket. I mean, here with the step through. All right, so he goes dribble drop. And what he does is, at the NBA level, you could take the up and under could be as long as you want it to be, as long as the other foot doesn't land before you put the ball on the floor or put the ball out of your hand. So basically, dribble drop to a re-step. But also, as this is happening, look what they have. Look what the Lakers have. That's good spacing on the weak side, all around the perimeter, just for safety valves for him. Obviously, he doesn't need it in this case. I mean, just using his vision, like I said, you could use it as a place to operate out of, to get action on the weak side. Again, look what they have. They got 3 players spotted up. Look at all the eyes in Chicago where they're headed. So this is where you could take advantage of cutting and spotting up. All right, again, using his vision to his advantage. But that's good. That's good spacing right there. They got Look at that. They got 3 guys spotted up, and they got Dwight Howard right here, who could obviously handle out of the dunker. But again, look, back turned. Can't do that. I mean, that's just sort of giving free opportunities for the offense. So there you have it. I mean, posting up, it's a great weapon to have. Like I said, if you're big and you're strong, or you got length and you can get that shot off quickly or easily, it's a great weapon to have. I like it when big guards go down there to get fouled and get good shots, but then also you could operate out of being a passer, off of double teams off the weak side and use it to your advantage. But it's just something you got to work on and continue to just sort of feel out what good shots are, and getting your defender up and getting to the free throw line and using your back downs and your fakes and your re-steps and your fake fadeaways. So you could really work on it and make it into a big time weapon. Hopefully this brought value to you. I'm having fun doing this stuff. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.